Hello, everybody. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Adventures in DevOps podcast. I am your host for the day, Jonathan Hall. Will is out yet again. Will, come back. We miss you. But today I'm excited to have our special guest, Rohit. Would you tell us about yourself and what you do?
Yeah, so hello guys. So I am from India. Like I have worked around things around cloud native, DevOps, and platform engineering kind of a thing. Talking about myself, my career started with ML ops kind of a role. Then I moved to the DevOps DevOps was an interesting part for me in the ML ops. ML models I was like bored training it like weeks and months. That's why I shifted to DevOps, and now I'm exploring the kind of a side which is develop advocacy around DevOps companies, cloud native systems, cloud native companies. Current role. So I recently left Solo. I was working as a platform advocate at Solo.io. Now I'm just taking some contract work and looking for some full-time roles. But yeah, it is for the future. But for now, just consulting and stuff. So yeah, that's all till now. And I'm the organizer of various committees like Google Developer Groups, AWS User Groups, and CNCF, Thane, KCD Mumbai, Kubernetes Community Days, and as well as DevOps Days India. We are organizing around October 20 or something. Uh, also India is coming with the Cube Day India. So a lot of CNCF things and DevOps things I'm quite active around. Also, you can check me on like Twitter, LinkedIn. I share the DevOps resources. I have my own community named the DevOps Community. I run the Cloud Native podcast. So I guess that's all introduction about me. Sorry if I took too much.
No problem. That's great. It sounds like you're a busy person.
No, no, not much.
Sounds like you're quite involved with the community, with DevOps and CNCF and all that sort of stuff. I would be interested in talking to you a little bit about that, but maybe before we do that, I would like to hear a little bit what the community like is there in India. What's the DevOps community like in India? I've never been involved in that. I visited India once about 15 years ago and I had a great time, but it was a very different context. What are the conferences like? What's the community like? The meetups and all that. How active is the community in India around DevOps?
Yeah, like India community is too much active. Like if you check for the outside communities also, lot of contributors are from India only. There are a lot of people active towards community. Like every weekend there is some meetup or some conferences happening in various cities. Let's talk, for example, of Mumbai, Bangalore, Chennai. Then if you talk about Delhi, these cities as well as some remote cities, all cities have some kind of conferences events happening every weekend, and DevOps community is really good, not that much big like DevTools, but yeah, a lot of people are talking about DevOps as well as cloud native, okay, the CNCF meetups, and there happens like companies which are in the cloud native system like Elastic, then Grafana, than similar type of companies. They do their own meetups in various cities.
And so you're involved in a bunch of these different organizations and events. And you mentioned DevOps Days, I think, coming up. Did
Yeah,
you say October?
yeah, October.
Tell me about your involvement in that. What's your role in DevOps Days, and what are the preparations you're making?
Yeah, so I am the organizer for DevOps Days in Bangalore, DevOps Days India, which is now named as the DevOps Days Bangalore, city name. So I'm organizer. So what work will be like looking for the sponsorships. That is the most important thing to do the conference. Then reaching to the right audience. Then planning the stuff. Like we have to plan which sponsors to do. Then as well as which like we have to check CFPs. Like we have to evaluate the CFPs according to what is referred to the DevOps. Is it in the our manner? Like we have maintained the structure. Like if you are in this observability or security or this DevOps and that kind of you have talk around this kind of things. Then only submit and we will
Hmm.
review it according to it. And if it sounds neutral in like vendor neutral and as well as other things, then yeah, let's then we like review it according to various organizers, and after like top rated, we will select them, as well as there is a planning going on the venue side, like managing the money is the most important part, right, for the conferences. So venue and food and like a lot of things, design and as well as screens, booth setups and all. So yeah, discussing the sponsorships is one of the important thing we are doing currently. And yeah, it is doing good, working good.
Hmm.
Like just before this call, I was having the DevOps Days India catch-up call, and all organizers were like very brainstorming the various ideas.
Is this your first year to do DevOps Days, or you've done it before?
DevOps Days this year it is the first one, but I have done the Kubernetes Community Days and CNCF
Okay.
conferences.
How many attendees are you expecting for DevOps Days?
Yeah, so it will be around 350 to 500 kind of a range. So 500 max we will allow for sure because
Nice.
it is happening in the five-star hotel and it has limited capacity, right?
And how many speakers do you have lined up, or will you have lined up if it's not done yet?
Yeah, like we have not planned yet, but yeah, like normally it happens around 18 speakers per day. Like normally it happens like that. So we have 2 days conference, so it will be like into two.
Nice. Yeah, that sounds really great. I was at DevOps Days. I've only been to one DevOps Days here in Amsterdam, near where I live. It
Oh,
was probably 3 or 4 years ago, and it was a really good experience. So I just want to encourage anybody who's listening and is in the area to definitely attend DevOps Days, or look for one in your area. If you're not in India, they're all over the world. So look for DevOps Days to attend. They're always a good event. So you said this is your first DevOps Days, but you did some Kubernetes related events in the past. How did you get involved in this aspect of community organization with DevOps Days and Kubernetes and other events? What led you to that?
okay, so to answer that question, like it is really interesting question for sure. Like community was a passion for me from my college period. So I started my first community, which is named as a Keep Up, which grown around like 22,000 plus members now. So it started just by WhatsApp group. Like people were sharing opportunities like trainings, internships, job offers, kind of thing. And slowly it grown to like 22,000 today on the LinkedIn as well as WhatsApp groups and various Telegram and stuff. So that's how it was like just community started, not for like community I wanted to build, but just normal helping kind of a thing. I just wanted to help people in my college and I started it and it grown to various colleges and stuff. Why I stated that thing here because that was the start for my communities, right? After that, I was working full time in companies for the technical roles, and then in some time I come to know like yeah, there is the people who are working really aggressively in the communities. They are building the communities, so I come to know about the GDGs, Google Developer Groups, then as well as AWS user groups. So I did the meetups for the AWS user groups, like a weekend kind of a meetup where people come together, 100 attendees or something, and then we share the sessions on the AWS as well as cloud and stuff, right? Then I did the Google Developer Groups Cloud Community Day, then DevFest for our region, which is Mumbai, as well as after that. So how I get involved in this, I was quite active in the open source. I was active in the community side. I was helping the people. I was giving the talks in the conferences. So that's how people noticed my work. I was quite active helping everyone in the organizers who are doing organizing these things. So they come to notice like this person exists and is doing the community work, right? I was active in the various communities on the Slack, Discord, or WhatsApp things. And other than that, it was like they just reached out to me, like any community, like would you be interested to work with us? Like we are doing some work in this thing, and would you like to help us in organizing the stuff? That's how I got into the Google developer groups, then Cloud Mumbai. And recently, I am appointed as Google developer expert for the Google Cloud. So it was amazing journey for me, like from being the organizer to now Google developer expert. So it helps a lot in career also, as well as you help a lot for the community. So like it is not every means like there will be many times where you have to uh, do the community meetups on your own money, and you have to manage your time according to where you want to work or where you are going and stuff. So it has like its pros and cons, but never start a community for like monetization or something. It is just like you if your goal is to help your audience, which can be students, which can be developers, which can be professionals, then only do it. And you can do it by just joining your regional level communities which are in your cities. There are a lot of communities nowadays, right? Code coffee and my so then there is what we say, code day. Then there is a JS communities, Go communities, then there is a Rust communities. There are
Mhm.
every languages and every communities are there. You just have to go and talk to the folks there. Lot of people come and share their insights. So that's how they come to know me, and that's how I've been the organizer of various things. So being organizer is not easy for sure. Like you have to manage a lot of things, and it will be really like you will be procrastinate sometimes. But yeah, it is really fun once you have achieved, you have planned this stuff, and it was working really nice. So yeah, that really works nice. So yeah, if your goal is to like help everyone, and if you want to do it for free, not you're not your goal is not get something out of it, then go ahead. Otherwise, like you will be like, I'm just spending the time and I'm not getting any output. It is never meant to get output for sure. It is just a committee work, we say, right? So other than that, if you are developer relations and developer advocate kind of role, then community helps a lot for you because your goal is to talk to developers, get their insights, if they are using your projects, how they find it, kind of a thing. So go to the conferences, speak about it, to submit the CFPs, talk the if you have the technical knowledge, submit the CFPs and share your guidance to the folks. Then they will come to you and ask the questions, right? So it is not just for developer relations, but any engineering or sales or marketing role. If you want to advocate, do it for the open source and vendor neutral kind of talks for sure. Everyone will surely motivate you to do the same. So yeah, that's all I think is important.
That's really cool. I like that you're involved in giving back to the community. That's something that's important to me too. Uh, I think we could. That's a good segue though into your podcast. You have a podcast also, which is another way to give back to the community. How long have you been doing your podcast? And tell me about that story.
Yes, so thing is like I was doing the monthly meetups at my community at CNCF Thane. So I thought like why not to do it virtual also, right? So I recorded at the start two, three talks at the live in person meetup and uploaded it on my YouTube as a 3 episode. And after that, I invited the folks which are not in India, they are outside, right? Then take name of the Daniel, Abdel, or anyone who is outside and doing the awesome work in the communities. I am inviting them, talking about the cloud native ecosystem. It can be the projects like Istio project, Kubernetes project. It can be Service Mesh. Then it can be Cilium. Anything which is around cloud native and DevOps. We talk a lot on the same, and as well as like developer advocacy around the cloud native. So it started on just like I never had a goal to create the podcast, but it yeah, just wanted to do it virtual kind of thing, and it helped a lot. Now I am doing every Sunday kind of thing. Meanwhile, if I don't upload any Sunday, it is like I am not available that Sunday. I'm just traveling. So yeah, I mean it comes every Sunday for sure. I started it around May or I guess April or May. Then I'm doing every Sunday. I'm trying to upload a video. Recently, I uploaded the KCD Mumbai videos also on the that same channel, and then we linked it to the CNCF for the playlist, so everyone can go to the CNCF and watch the videos. So yeah, that's all. Like Cloud Native podcast is focused on the cloud native and DevOps oriented audience, which want to learn and get the guidance from the people who are actually suffered through this journey, and they have the quite knowledge in this tech stack. So anyone can ask the questions and the doubts if they have any. So it helps a lot. Same for the DevOps community, which is like DevOpsCommunity.in. Anyone can go and learn about the DevOps resources, and it's easy to reference.
I think it's amazing that we live in a time with video conferencing and podcasts where we can build a network of
Yeah,
colleagues and friends and fellow technicians worldwide. This
yeah.
podcast is one way to do that. Your podcast, and it's really an amazing time to be alive.
Yeah, yeah, and content creator is like now today it is like content creators are earning also. Today only Elon released payments
Hmm.
to every X Corp right Twitter content creators like everyone is receiving like check payout for whatever they did for 3 months. So it is amazing, like it is revolutionary. Something is happening just like whoever it can be, they can be shit posting or they can be sharing quality technical knowledge or any knowledge. They are getting payment for it, so it is huge, right?
You said you're looking for a contract. Is that right?
Yeah, contract roles as well as full-time roles in the developer relations and developer advocacy kind of.
Well, let's talk about that briefly. I don't want to spend too much time on that, but what are your since you're on the show and we're trying to network, maybe somebody out there listening needs exactly your skills.
Sure, sure,
What's
sure.
your ideal scenario? What would you love to do?
Yeah, so like as you heard already, like I'm living solo and now I'm looking for the job change. So currently I'm looking for some role which can be like they are around the cloud native ecosystem. They are building project around the cloud native ecosystem and DevOps, and they want someone to advocate their project. They want to connect them to the develop. They want to connect their product to the developers. They want to smooth their developer experience. They want to build some content. It can be in the form of blogs. It can be form in the technical documentation, white papers, or it can be videos. Whatever it can be, I can help them for sure. As well as if they want someone highly active in the communities and sharing knowledge, connecting the folks, showing empathy to all the developers. I'm quite active on the Twitter, LinkedIn to share the things, resources with everyone. So yeah, if you are looking for this kind of people, yeah, I'm the one of them, and I'm also the Google Developer Expert as well as AWS Community Builder as well as running various communities, right? So that's kind of a ideal job for me. Is like it can be in DevOps, Cloud ID, but developer advocacy, platform engineering side.
And so if that sounds like somebody you're looking for, people can reach out to you on LinkedIn or I think I Googled your name and I found you all over the place, so it's not hard to find you. Uh,
Thank you.
so just reach out if you're looking for someone like that. One of the things we hear a lot about lately, I think, is this discussion about DevOps versus platform engineering. What do you think about this? Are they different things? Are they the same thing? Just tell me what you think. What's your take on that?
Yeah, so I asked this question a lot to the Google developer advocates as well as founders of various companies who are building the platforms, kind of a thing. So this term DevOps is great, kind of a term was started by the company which is Humanitech, and they did the platform engineering con kind of a thing, right? So what I think actually platform engineering is something like if your company is focusing to make the infrastructure and developer platform for it can be IDB or something. For the example, you can check the backstage project by the Spotify. Backstage, it can be port or something, right? That will give you overview of what actually the ideal platform can be, right? So platform engineer work is to build the platform, work around the platform engineering for sure. DevOps is never a role. It is just started nowadays. Previously also it was never a role. DevOps is like culture. It comes with a different kind of a set of roles. If you are learning the DevOps, surely you can go to the platform engineering because entire things comes under the DevOps only. Then if you are the person who wants to focus on only one of the roles like Go engineer or Rust engineer or set the labs engineer kind of a thing, then Kubernetes engineer, Kubernetes operator engineer. So you can focus there. But yeah, platform engineering is something, it is like it is never it is not replacement of a DevOps or something. DevOps is a culture. Platform engineer is just a role. And yeah, sure,
Mhm.
like if you want to explore that thing, there are a lot of people talking about
I
it
agree.
and nice content they have prepared already. So I would recommend. it is not role for sure, but yeah, platform engineering is something you should explore, and where if you want to work around the platforms, if you want to work around the cloud native ecosystem, then you can create your own platform for sure. All the best for it.
DevOps is a lot more. I think it includes platform engineering, but it's much more. It's
Yeah,
like you said, it's
yeah.
the culture and the just sort of the whole approach. What kinds of new things do you see coming on the horizon? What do you see? Let's say in the next 12 months, what do you see coming in the world of DevOps and platform engineering that's exciting to you?
Yeah, so one of the thing which I would recommend everyone to learn, like I think it should be learned for sure, which is like WASM. WASM WebAssembly is making impact a lot. Like it is nice technology, like many various things which are doing currently in the Kubernetes world, containers world. It is surely getting replaced by the, it not replaced, but yeah, it can be solved by the WASM for sure. Like Docker founder said like 2 years back, Solomon Hikes, he said like if Docker, like doc if WebAssembly were exist that time, we never will come up with the Docker. So it is big statement, right? So WebAssembly is something you should learn for sure. And I recently gave the talk around it on different case studies, and it is a nice technology for sure if you want to learn. So it is nothing but if you are use the Photoshop, or if you are use the a gaming, web gaming kind of a thing, like online, just going to Google Chrome or Safari and you are running the games, right? So how it runs, right, on the web application, on the website directly. So that is nothing but the web assembly. But it is not just for web, it can be for your local system, your whatever you running today. So lot of things you can do once you combine like power of the containers and WebAssembly together. So surely check it out. So it is one of the things. Then other thing which is making the buzz all around the world is eBPF. For sure, you will agree with that. So eBPF is something like, let's example, like you were writing the Go code, JavaScript, sorry, JavaScript code, right? Then you are writing the programming user level code for sure, right? But what if I say like you can write the kernel level code directly, and it can be user as well as the interface kind of a thing, right? So that is nothing but your eBPF.
Mhm.
So previously you eBPF is just the extended BPF. So if you are using the tcpdum command in Linux, it is BPF. So where you get the ports and ranges. So if you're calling to Google Chrome or Google website, or any website, right? This website only, your site, then you will get like, yeah, status this and that, and it is running smoothly and stuff. So that is TCP dump, right? So that BPPF extended version of BPPF is eBPF. It was coiled recently, and when it coined last year, entire KubeCon was just around eBPF, not just about Kubernetes, right? So first time it ever happened, like everyone was curious about eBPF. So eBPF is implemented in a lot of projects now. Yeah, it is like Cilium, then ground cover is coming with something. A lot of companies are there. So go ahead and check it out. So eBPF is one of the technology nice for sure. To like you can do the system call level kernel code directly, and lot of things for sure. Currently, people are exploring around C++
Very
and
good.
Rust for that. That can be future updates.
So I've spoken to a few people, I think even on this show, who have predicted that WebAssembly may ultimately replace uh, Kubernetes and sort of the containerized workflow. What are your thoughts on that, or have you looked at it closely enough to have an opinion?
Yeah, so like lot of companies are saying that like it will surely replace the Kubernetes and stuff. But what my take is for the WebAssembly is like, yeah, it can surely replace the containers background like Docker and these companies, right? Which are freely available. But thing is like, it is not at a stage where Kubernetes is. Kubernetes is like at this stage, and WebAssembly is like this stage. It is rising, it has nice curve, but still Kubernetes is far to achieve. So yeah, like it can, but it will take lot of time for sure to do that. But at the current moment, I don't think it is possible for sure. But yeah, WebAssembly is surely nice technology, which I told you. Like it is nice technology. You can work on the data, you can work on the decentralized system, you can work on the normal projects, web as well as local system, containerization, lot of things you can do. So surely explore it, and people are still learning. So if you are someone who want to get into the open source and build something, this is your right time. Like go ahead and choose this technology and launch with something.
Well, one thing we like to do on this show is do picks. Do you have anything in mind you'd like to recommend to our audience?
About tech stack or
Could
something.
be anything at all. Technical, favorite movie or book, anything at all.
Yeah, surely learn, surely go and watch the anime. Like I love to watch anime. Like it is
Okay,
it's like in the entire day is like something which helps a lot me to increase my productivity is like watching anime.
interesting. Do you have a favorite anime lately that you've been watching then?
One Piece for sure.
Okay, we'll check that one
Do you
out.
watch? Do you watch anime?
I don't. I mean, I've seen a few bits, but it's never grabbed my attention. But I know that some people are just really fanatical about it, so it's
Yeah,
a really
yeah,
popular
yeah.
thing. Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. Well, I'm going to pick something I like to watch with my wife lately. We've been watching the most recent season of Star Trek: Strange New Worlds, and I have to say it's one of my favorite Star Trek series. I've watched all of them,
Yeah.
but it's a nice throwback to the '60s TV show, and it's an episodic program, different to like the last few seasons of Deep Space Nine or Star Trek Discovery, which are more like thematic sort of soap operas. So it's a really great show, I think. My wife is loving it too. So if you haven't been watching Star Trek: Strange New Worlds, uh, maybe you've tried the other ones and didn't like them. Maybe this one's worth trying. I think it has something for non Trekkies too. So that's my
I
pick
have
for the week.
yeah, I have seen previous ones for sure. Like I will try this one. Sure, thank you
Good,
for that.
great. Well, hey, thanks Rohit for coming on. It's been a pleasure talking to you. I think we should stay in touch on a personal level. I've already sent you a
Sure, sure.
connection request on LinkedIn, so I look forward to talking again.
Sure, sure. Thank you. Let's connect and let's talk to again. Yeah. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thanks everyone for listening. Have a great week. We'll see you next time.